The US-ASEAN Business Council recently concluded its annual mission to Cambodia, bringing a delegation of 14 major American companies across diverse sectors. The visit focused on showcasing US corporate interests, evaluating economic growth, and addressing key investor concerns from cyber scam to regional tension. Kiripost sat down with USABC President and CEO, Ambassador Brian McFeeters, to break down the key takeaways.
This year we have a delegation of 14 companies. It's a variety of sectors, health, payments, manufacturing, consumer goods, and that's not all of the companies that are interested in Cambodia. Those are just the ones that have time to join the mission this year. So I think the other area that is not represented but is a big area of interest is tech. The digital transformation of Phnom Penh of Cambodia is very interesting to our companies. So I think we have a lot to offer. Maybe the biggest area of this particular mission, the biggest focus has been health. So we have a lot of health progress, companies making new agreements about how they're going to work in Cambodia. So we haven't opened an office, but we have made a very important move in that we have a senior strategic advisor working with us here. His name is Darith Lim, and because of him, we have a way of engaging with the governments and with the government entities and doing follow-up on the mission. We'll probably evaluate over the next couple of years whether it makes sense to open up a full office. That would be something that we consult with our member companies about, but we're certainly increasing our presence in Phnom Penh. So when you see scam and money laundering, that erodes that confidence, right? It doesn't sound like a strong rule of law. But as I said, we see the government of Cambodia taking the right steps. They just have to continue with that. But the companies don't, they don't necessarily run away because of the scam issue. It just makes them kind of more mindful. But we have companies, that are operating legitimately in their various sectors. They're not directly affected by the scam, so they just, they grow in the sense of producing product in Cambodia that is then exported to the United States. They're big buyers of that in the health sector, in the financial sector. So it's not like the scams are preventing business, but it's an area of concern that the companies have to be aware of. One thing that we've learned on this business mission is that there is a lot of response going on the part of the government, and I think that's significant. Still, the companies will want to see further progress on eradicating the scam issue, because that's not good for Cambodia's reputation. But more generally, we have companies that are operating in various sectors, and they see, when they see Cambodia growth, they see opportunity for them in the export area, in the health area, in the logistics area, in the high-tech area, in financial services. So I think the Prime Minister and others have told us that Cambodia stresses having a predictable environment. That's something that companies really want to hear about. We just heard from the Minister of Finance that the investment figures for Cambodia are up overall and also up from the United States. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but there's a sense of growth. So that happens in various ways. We have companies in the US, retail companies that source a lot of product from Cambodia, and sometimes because they're bringing so many products in from Cambodia, they or their partners invest in Cambodia to help make garments or make footwear or something like that, or electronics. So that's one way. And then in other sectors, we have potential investment in the tech sector, in the financial sector. I think Cambodia is undergoing the successful journey that many other Southeast Asian companies had with export-led growth. Exports are very increasing from Cambodia. And whenever you have that kind of export-led growth, US companies are very interested in being part of it. So I think Cambodia is on the right track. The government of Cambodia seems to have a very structured approach to dealing with business issues. They have these working groups, and the working groups feed into an advisory body, and that advises the top levels of government all the way up to the Prime Minister. So we like to see that, right? Because you can't solve problems overnight. You have to have a system. So they have a system now for addressing business concerns. Even though people recognize, in addition to the scams issue, there's pressure on Southeast Asia because of the Hormuz crisis and the fuel issue. There's tension between Cambodia and Thailand. People are aware of that, but even so, they see the opportunity. And another point is the U.S. government. You said, U.S. government and Cambodia have had their ups and downs. It's largely on an upswing now. There's a close partnership between Cambodia government and the US government, and the US businesses are sensitive to that. When they see the improvement in the Cambodian-US relations, the government, the businesses follow that trend. So I think there's good reason to be optimistic. I think that under the previous administration, there's always been an emphasis on helping U.S. business overseas. I served in the State Department for 32 years. It was Republican and Democrat, but the commonality is let's help U.S. business. So that hasn't changed that much. But you're right that the Trump administration has emphasized businesses even more. U.S. business promotion even more. So we're feeling that, in terms of what the embassy is doing. And as I said, when the embassy, when the U.S. government promotes more business with Cambodia, the U.S. businesses can follow in that trend. So it's very apparent that that's an area of stress, a good sign, yeah.